Good afternoon, Lammas students. Today we're going to be making chicken goujons, almost like chicken nuggets, homemade, so they're going to be so much better for you. We're not using processed chicken, we are using fresh whole cut fillets of chicken, okay? Firstly, what I'm going to do is prepare my oil, because we are shallow frying, we're not deep frying. I've got my shallow frying pan here, putting my handle to the side, because over here, okay? Putting that away from me, popping my cooker on a low temperature, maybe number 5. Taking some oil and filling it up, making sure it's straight on the pan. That is all the oil we need to cover the base, okay? Probably about half a centimetre above the base to cover the base. Let me just get that straight, perfect, okay? I'm going to move it around this side because I don't want to bash into it. Perfect, okay? That's ready. That is slowly heating up. We need the oil to be hot when we are cooking, okay? What I would prefer you guys to do is fry at the back. I'm doing it at the front in the video because I want to be able to, you to be able to see inside here. I've put my oven on to gas mark 6. I've got my baking tray ready here, and I've got all of my ingredients, okay? So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some plain flour, okay? And I'm going to pour that in a large plate. Okay, here we go. I will provide you with the flour, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about bringing this in. Place this into the sink because we are finished with that. Now, you are going to season. It's a bit like KFC chicken, okay? You're going to season your flour really well. So this is all-purpose seasoning. Okay. Then you have garlic powder. I have some chili powder. Not too much. And I have some mixed herbs. Now this is 2 tablespoons each at the moment. And then I've got a teaspoon of pepper. And a teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon and a half actually, okay? Now, what I will be doing is giving that a quick mix with a spoon. So you'll be sharing this job. Somebody will be preparing your flour, while the other person will be preparing your chicken, and the other person will be preparing the oil, okay? Whichever way around you want to do that. Giving that, do this gently, otherwise it will go flying around everywhere. We don't want to make a mess when we're cooking. Always important to keep everything quite neat and tidy, because it is a health and safety hazard otherwise, okay? Making sure you're tossing and turning that flour so all of the ingredients are mixing up well. I'll tell you why it's in a plate in a little while and not in a bowl. Okay. There we go. Mix really nicely, okay? If you see any white lumps of flour, give it a quick mix again. Okay, that's ready. I'm going to place that to the side there. Now, over here I have my chicken breast fillets. Because there will be 3 of you working in a group, I'm going to put the oil down because I can see the oil moving, so that means it's ready. So I'm going to take it completely down, okay? Because there's going to be 3 of you working in a group, what I would like is to bring 2 large breasts, and that will be enough, okay, for you guys. Taking your breast of chicken onto your red chopping board, okay? Moving this out of the way so you can see. Okay, and we're going to make bite-sized, okay? Bite-sized pieces. I'm just going to cut that bit off. Okay, we're going to make bite-sized pieces. You can make them long, you can make them square, but you have to make them consistent, whichever ones you do, okay? So I'm going to take this part off, and I'm going to leave them like that, okay? Trying to keep the same size and width as this one, okay? Another one. If you wish, you can cut them in half, but they have to be consistent. Whatever you do is fine, but I prefer you to have them consistent as they will cook at the same time. Okay, I'm going to cut them in half. Cut them in half, okay? Taking another breast of chicken, knife outwards, when we're slicing. Okay, and keeping it consistent, just having a look visually, you can see when it is consistent. Okay, really, really, really important. Moving that over to the parts that are cut. There we go. Another half slice. Taking that one and cutting that in half as well. If there's little fatty bits like this, you can just trim them off like this, okay? Taking the knife on the edge of the chicken, taking them away and placing that straight into the dustbin. Now, I'm done with my knife and I'm done with the bowl, so I'm going to place this in the sink and I'm going to give my hands on the side of the sink and I'm going to wash my hands because I'm very careful about cross-contaminating anything, okay? Beautiful. That's ready here. Now, one more ingredient I have to get ready, some egg. I'll take 1 egg. You guys will need to bring 2. Okay. Straight into this dustbin. Give that a whisk. So it all becomes one. The bowls that I've used, they're going to go straight into the sink, okay? Straight into the sink. My oil, if I place my hand on top, I can feel the heat of that and I know that's ready. So moving everything away over here that I don't need. As you can see, my work surface is quite clear. I only have 3 things here at the moment. That is all that I need, okay? Giving my flour another mix. Making sure I've not missed anything. As you can see, I'm rotating the plate. And I'm just moving this around, okay? Try and take all the lumps out of the flour if I have any. Now, you can do this 2-3 ways, but I prefer to do this way, okay? We're going to go in with a bit of a lighter coat, okay? We're going to take our piece of chicken. I take a few at a time. Let's say 3, okay? Roll them around in the egg, so you coat them with the egg. Give it a bit of a pat to take the excess off and place that in there, okay? Again, doing the same thing with another piece of chicken. Taking all the excess off, placing that in there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is taking my spoon, I'm just going to cover the chicken pieces for a moment because what will happen is that all that flour will stick to my hands because it's got egg on there, okay? So I'm going to go and find that piece of chicken now, just put some more coating on there, place them here for a moment while I get all of them together, okay? Any bits of the chicken that you think needs a bit more coating, just press them on, give it a little shake, excess amounts come off, and we're doing that again, okay? We're taking our chicken pieces, coating them in our egg, popping them onto the flour with all of those beautiful seasonings that we put in there. Okay, again taking the spoon, just coating. Okay, now with your hand, again go in, toss it around a few times, give it a little shake, tap some more batter on there if you think, some more flour if you think it needs a little bit more, which turns it into a batter, okay, almost. Go. Okay, the thing is we don't want to put too much flour because what's going to happen is our oil will burn, okay? And we won't be changing the oil, so we have to be very careful of not using excess amounts of flour, okay? So I'm just going to wash my hands really quickly. Won't take long. Using hot and cold water, using some soap to take off any bacteria from the chicken. Keeping my hands a little dry. because I don't want to put water into my oil. Now my oil is ready, as you can see. I will pick up my piece of chicken and I will not throw it in. I will go low and I'll place it in, okay? Always go low and place the chicken in. The reason being is if you throw it from a distance because you're scared of the oil, what's going to happen is it will splash up at you. But this way, it's got no way of splashing because you're going in low, you're being confident. I'm giving you all the ultimate control here, okay? To show me you can do this. Right, here we go. I've got a little bit more space in there. So I'm going to take another 3-4 pieces and do the same process again, okay? You have to be quick if you want to put it in the same batch, okay? Otherwise, I'd prefer you just to get them ready, cook them and do another batch. You should be able to take about 6 pieces home each. Okay. Now, while they are cooking, I was just going to coat the rest of them, okay? I'm going to put all of my chicken in, coat it with my egg. But I will just be using one piece at a time to coat, alright? As you can see, that egg went quite far, that one egg, okay? I'm happy for you to bring 2 eggs in, that's not a problem. Coating it generously with the flour, tapping it away. Okay. Keeping an eye on the chicken, just having a little wonder. We don't need to touch the chicken at this point because they are quite thin, they will cook quite quickly. But I'm just keeping an eye that they're not burning, okay? Now, if you mix the egg and the flour together, that will make it a batter, okay? This we are just dusting flour, seasoned flour, and dipping it in egg, okay? My hands are ready to be washed. Okay. Make sure you are thoroughly washing your hands, okay? Because cross-contamination can be quite bad. And you can get really ill from that. We don't want that. Putting the temperature up a little bit. Now, we would like our tongs for this part, okay? So, I'm going to put my tongs there. I finished with this and I finished with this, so this is going to go in the sink. And this plate for the moment is just going to be placed here. Okay? Now, with my tongs, holding your pan, turning it to where it's comfortable for you, but not to the front here, okay? It's a health hazard. And we're just turning them over. Do not press on them too much because all that coating, that lovely coating that you've done will come off, okay? And we don't want to do that. So, when you want a quick snack at home, or if you want to make dinner for the family, you are able to make things like this, okay? Okay, letting that cook. Putting the temperature up a little bit now because the oil was really hot when we first put it in, okay? Now what I will be doing is just cleaning my surface while I have a little bit of time, okay? Pulling my bin out so I can just put it straight into the bin and not onto the floor. Always thinking about health hazards. Okay. Now, bringing my tray with greaseproof paper closer to me because that's where the chicken's going to go. And we're going to place it in the oven for about 10 minutes just to make sure that it's cooked inside, okay, thoroughly. So please don't be tempted to keep on turning. Be patient at this point, okay? Won't take too long. My oven's on at gas mark 6. Just give it a quick open and then you can see the flame that's on. Yep, that's all ready to go. Okie dokie. Not long. If you're unsure if it's ready or not, just pick one up and have a look at the side of it, okay? Because you want to get that nice golden brown colour. You will get more colour in the oven, but you'll get the most colour while you're cooking it on the hob here, okay? Being very patient at this point. I don't know if you can see, you can probably see, you can see inside here you've got this little brown bit. That's where the flour all comes away from the chicken, and that's what makes the oil burn quicker. So we're not going to reuse this oil, okay? We use it once and that is it. We don't need to use it again. Okay, always my attention is here when I'm frying. It can't be anywhere else in the room. You need to make sure your whole attention is here, okay? Because this is hot oil, all right? So some of these pieces I think are ready to come out. I'll pick one up with my tongs and just give it a gentle, really, really gentle tap. Put it over to my parchment paper, okay? Put a nice golden brown colour. You don't want too much oil on your parchment paper because then it'll go soggy underneath. We don't want that, okay? As you can see, when I turn them, they're becoming more and more golden brown. But the reason I'm turning them at this point is because I'm preventing them from burning, okay? I think this what I'm going to do with being on the other side. A little shake. Turning that one around because these are a little bit larger, these pieces. Okay, so excuse me a moment. Sorry about that, I moved away from my food, okay? So, turning these, taking them out. Now what you'll be doing is placing these into the oven and carrying on doing the same thing for the next ones, okay? They'll be in the oven for 10 minutes and then you're ready to eat them, okay? Obviously not when they're piping hot. I'm sure you're going to enjoy these. Thank you for watching.